Hello and welcome to BonBonB's What Map for City Skylines. There are well over 20,000 maps on the workshop now, and so choosing the right one for your new city is a huge task. So every Wednesday and Saturday we'll review a few and hopefully find you the right one for your next build. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
And today's first map is the one that actually I was most looking forward to doing today, but we won't be doing. Why is that? Well, I can't get the damn thing to work. Let's have a closer look at that. Maybe you can help me in the comments here. So the custom map theme used by this map or save is missing. Well, that's not a big problem at all because we know what the map theme we're looking for is. Let's go to Content Manager and there it is, Alpine Reserve. That's the fella. And that's the one we need. And it is active, but let's unsubscribe and go to the workshop and resubscribe and do it all over again. So there you go, that's the one. Click subscribe. There, we are now subscribed to it, and all the features that are required are already subscribed as well. There you go, it is active, it's switched on. There's no reason now why we can't get on and do this game, so let's give it another go. That's the one, yep, and the custom theme is missing. Anyway, so let's try it anyway with the default settings. And this is as far as we get. This now goes on the spinning spiral of doom for about 15 minutes before I gave up. Gets about this far, about 5% into the load. That's it. So anyway, I'm sorry Newell, I can't get your map to load. Don't know what the problem is with it, and I don't know if anybody else is having the same problems. So anyway, that's it from that map. Let's go and find one that does load, shall we? And so we've got Ruins on the Hills by Kisiel Fighter. Now my first instinct here is probably the same as yours. Look at those hills, just circular templates, one slapped upon the other. It's probably going to be a crap map. But let's not judge it on first impressions. This could be a lot better than it looks. What should we look at first though? We should look at those resources. And resources we've got obviously oil and mining, and it's all the usual things. So anyway, nothing much to surprise you, but I'll give you a glance at this just in case you really want to plan in advance before loading the map. Now let's have a look at these. Now, where I go from this level, those circular hills, they don't look that bad, do they? Well, obviously ruins on the hills, you're expecting to find ruins in the hills, and there are plenty of ruins and dilapidated buildings throughout the hills. But here we are, we're at ground level here. Now you know it's going to be difficult building anything in these hills because it is rugged. This is like the moors, this is rugged country. But up here, you really can't tell that it's been slapped down with these circular templates. It's really had quite a lot of work and love put into it to make it feel... I mean, even up here, this level here, it's not absolutely obvious. So looking from a great distance is the worst thing you could do from this map. This is much better in the close-up. So anyway... more ruins and more ruggedity. My god, I'm making up words today. Right, so yeah, a little bit higher up you can just start making out those circular patterns. There, like that one there. But now I'm not liking the way this comes out here. It's very unrealistic to me. You don't tend to get water spurting out at the highest point. Or maybe you do. Hey, what do I know? Huh? There's another one there. Not too bad, that one, I think. But the rest of the map's very flat, perfect for building. This river here, nice and wide. A bit of a waterfall going on. Not too unhappy with that. And once again, like I say, a little bit higher up there, you can just make out these circular templates. It's kind of like coffee cups being slapped down on the landscape. Now let's have a look at the highway and how this brings us through the map. Oh, or maybe let's what? I tell you, sometimes I I forget what I've done. But no, this is good. Now I don't mind the way this river winds down here. That's fairly realistic, although maybe not the. What was I thinking when I recorded this footage? I have no idea. How much longer does this footage go on for? What have I done with this footage? I think I must have been drinking. But this map is not actually that bad. I'm sorry. I've recorded this. I'm voicing over it now. And I'll tell you what. I should have re-recorded this. Unfortunately, time is not on my side. And we'll have to make do. Actually, Ruins on the Foothills, not a bad map. Much better than at first glance. Now let's have a second glance though. A map you probably already looked at. Seenu by Strictoaster. Now this has got an awful lot of publicity as well. He's a big YouTuber. Unfortunately, I've got one or two minor problems with the actual with the map itself because yeah, the custom theme won't load for me. I'm not going to go through the whole process of that. We're just going to go with the yeah, just showing you that I do have it there. It is active. So yes, not sure what the problem with that is, but yeah, that's active as well. So I don't know why this one isn't loading either. Some maps do, some maps don't. Very strange. But there you go, that's the resources, and yes, we know this map has got problems loading, and that's all set. Yep. The map theme is in place, San Minato theme. So anyway, new game. Seenu Atoll. Start. Oh, get on with it, BonBonB. Oh my god. I have got to apologise for this episode. Oh yes, see, we've got the Seenu Atoll. Yes, and it's not loading. Fine. Anyways, but this map loads pretty quick. I've got to be fair, this map loads pretty quick. Now, this is an atoll. It is on a 1-to-1 scale with the land masses are 1-to-1, but the spacings between the land masses are not 1-to-1. It's to cramp it in. I understand that so that you can get it onto the 25 tiles in the middle of the map for those people that don't like working with the mods. And God bless him for doing that. Strictoaster. If you've not seen any of Strictoaster's work, you really must. He is one of the top YouTubers for City Skylines, and he's superb. I'm showing you quickly the resources, although to be honest with you, he's used the resources mostly for colouring, I do believe, on this one. It's not a resource. He is more of an aesthetic map builder for creating the most attractive maps, city builds that you can. Well, what can I say? The skyline there. You just about now. This is, like I say, mostly sea and road connections. Well, in the corner of the map here somewhere, if I can find it in amongst the fog, is there. Now there's your road connections. Now he's deliberately not included road connections on this map because obviously these are islands in the Maldives. And just wanted to show you here that these are actually road connections, but you can't bring them in and you can't connect them up with anything. But the game insists that you have a road connection, so he's hidden it right in the corner, right in the mist, and you can't do anything with that, so that's good. There is a shipping connection and there is an airline connection, and that's all you really need. Just a way to get traffic coming to your island, and then you can actually start building. So anyway, let's go in and have a closer look at the atoll. Now, what is an atoll? No, seriously, I'm asking you, what is an atoll? Well, as best I understand an atoll, without doing any research at all on this one, it's a series of coral reef islands, and I believe a lot of them are basically the top of old volcanoes that have surfaced from the underwater and are being eroded away, and we just literally get the top edges. Now the middle of this atoll is very shallow. Not that that matters at all, because you're not going to be doing an awful lot with the middle. You're going to be building on these very flat, lush islands and volcanic soil is very lush. Lots of banana trees and stuff. You could be doing a lot of banana farming, I believe, if you're working with this one. I'm very much looking forward to Strictoaster's video series on this to see what he actually does with it. There's a very limited what you can do. Now this is for me. This is where the airstrip must be on the actual island. So he'll be building an immense airport on this particular little island. And then we've got more mountainous terrain down here. When I say mountainous, of course I'm joking. Now, one of the lovely assets of this is the underwater coral reef that we'll take a closer look at in a moment. I'm just taking you around the entirety of the atoll so that you can get a proper feel for it. As there's not really much to explore. No waterfalls, no essential lighthouse. Now in the distance there, almost floating in the fog, we've got the shipping. Now what's going on with the shipping? Well, the shipping routes, they are there. There's this one that goes along the top of the map. That allows the ships coming in and out. And then the main route that comes in, through and around the island. Yeah. There's not really much more to say about that one. In fact, there's not an awful lot to say about this map at all. It's basically... where am I? Oh, yes. Basically, a flat series of islands by one of the best YouTubers out there. And if you haven't subscribed to him, go do it now. Tell him BonBonB said hi. Hasn't got a clue who BonBonB is. Or maybe he does. He's one of my secret followers. I doubt it. Anyway, yes, that's all good. I was going to take a look at those coral reefs, wasn't I? So yes, this is where it should be that quite a deep area. And then over here, shallows with the underwater reefs. Look, that's clever. Very, very nice. I wonder if there's lots of fish. Fishy fish. Right. I think we can wend this one up now. And take it back to land. So yes. Seenu. What do I think? Well, I don't think there's not much else he could have done with this. It's beautifully done. It's a beautiful map. Will I be using it? Oh, no. No. No, is my answer. It's not what I'm looking to do. And but if you want to do an atoll in the middle of the Indian Ocean, why not? Beautiful map. Thanks, Strictoaster, I can't say your name, Strictoaster, for a beautiful map. Now, finally, a Delta range enhanced by Blackwiddow. Now, the original map was by Svampam, or Svampam. He's done, Blackwidow's come along and beautified the original map. I'll tell you what, I like this one. I really do. There's plenty to do with this map. There's your resources. I know you like to have a look at those before we get on and review the actual map itself. Now, we're just going to follow the coast around first of all. Just to get a feel for the flat areas, the mountainous areas, the rivers, and so forth. And we get down here, we've got the essential lighthouse, and yes, I'm quite happy with this lighthouse at that location. We'll come up here, over the bridge, and then down to the secluded sandy bay. Gotta say, very nice. Now, there's having spoken about Strictoaster. Why can't I say Strictoaster? It's not difficult. Another essential lighthouse. I get the feeling of a lot of flux trances, touches on this map. Now let's have a quick look at this bay. So we got, this is pretty. I have a slight problem with it though, as pretty as it is, and that's the water. This inlet, the water is coming in. not going out. Look, you can see it even without the arrows. So yeah, we've got water coming in, and quite a lot of it. And it gets here, and where's it go? Where's the water going? Maybe it's an underground tunnel or something, but I don't see where it would go. And there's no hint of it coming out at any point. So I don't know. That for me is an oddity, that one. Not a big problem, of course. Shall we have a look at the roads? Shall we? Oh, okay then. So anyway, this is where we come in. And take the highway. See, now this is it from the main entrance. It's nice, isn't it? Now these roads are good. These are very well laid out. Beautifully laid out, actually. And the bridges perfectly aligned. The pillars all perfectly lined up there. That's how you do pillars, guys. Stones underneath, rocks underneath. It's looking good. And then we'll follow this around. And you've got the railway running alongside, obviously. You can see that. Don't know why you need me to tell you this. You don't know why you need me at all. And that's the way out again, a second exit. There's another double road bridge with the rails running across the middle. And then we feed into the map proper. Now look at this. This is, you know, forget the fact that the road is laid down well. Just take a look at the scenery around. It's tiered. Doesn't feel completely alien. Does feel a little bit contrived in places, but yeah, I've seen far worse maps than this. Some places I get a feel of Bolivia, and some places I get a feel of I don't know, just a green, I don't know, Southern European maybe in places. But anyway, yes, let's follow this train track across. And now, look at that waterfall there. And the positioning of the bridge. Now, which way shall we go with these trains? That way. Oh, it dead ends. Okay, that's fine. And we'll follow the tracks this way instead. Now, I mean, so you can really get lost in this map. There's plenty going on. That way. Yep. And this is going to take us... Ah, yes. This is the way we came in, I believe. Yeah. There's that bridge back out again, so we don't really want to go that way. And... which way did we go? Oh, yeah. We're going to take a right instead. This is going to take us deeper into the map. Deeper than we've ever been before. Look at these bridges. Beautifully laid down. Now even here, this train track taking a slow, careful course up, and the slope tool has been used in the terraforming to actually make it work, rather than just slap the rail track up at the steepest possible angle. Right, okay, so plenty of building space here. And some down this lower ridge here with the slope. So there's another slope going up to the top of the plateau there. Perfect for your roads. Oh, look what we got here. We've got an island. And now this castle. Everything about this castle is right, as far as I'm concerned. Now, if I'm an invading force coming up the river, now this river looks like quite a fast-flowing river, so it's not going to be easy to come up the river anyway. And then you get to here, and you've got people in the castle at the highest point firing down bows and arrows on you. Well, not firing bows down you, firing arrows down you. And this is like put it on the top of a hill. It's just perfect. It's well defendable. Got area there for farming, etc. Medieval, beautiful position for a castle. Anyway, let's head upstream a bit further, shall we? That way. Yeah. And up here, we've got a thin sliver of an island in the middle of that river as well, and that takes us up and out of the map. Down here, oh yes, this river went off another way. In fact, so many ways. I'm getting lost here. Us. We've got a little waterfall on the go there. Oh, you can see what I mean. There's way. Be careful down there. Be careful. Now, how high is that waterfall? If you look at how high this road is, and then that waterfall is just is as high again compared to the road, and that's a heck of a drop. And up here, complex water dropping off of you've got at least 3 different waterfalls feeding different rivers. And look at this junction. That's a flux junction. That is. Ah, yes. And then we've got the lighthouse. So anyway, this gets this week's BonBonB seal of approval. Thanks for watching, commenting, and subscribing. And I'll catch you again very, very soon.